Hey guys, back with another versus battle, and today we're going to be having a look at Saitama from One Punch Man versus Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Now many people think that one or the other wins, and there's a very simple explanation for this. So first off, let's talk about Saitama. We start the story off getting introduced to Saitama, who originally actually had hair. He ran to a tiger level threat called Crab Lante. A tiger level threat is described as a threat to an unspecified large number of human lives. Saitama eventually wins and saves the kid. After a while, he trains so hard he loses his hair. That takes 3 years, in which he had to do 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day for 3 years straight, resulting in his hair loss. Now, Saitama doesn't actually have much scaling in terms of AP, but we can explore some of his hacks and the misconceptions linked with it. And before we do that, if you think Saitama one punches Gojo, let's end the video. You can leave and whatever, right? Because we're gonna actually look into it, right? Because there's no way that Saitama actually punches him. We're gonna look at the statement that people use to say that he does. So the argument for this scan is the following: Saitama can't be beaten and will always one punch a character. The invincibility is in relation to the fact that he can't be beaten and his power is invincible, meaning his power will always work. For the people that are wondering how you can debunk this, it's very easy. There's one word you need to use: inverse. For the people that are confused on what inverse actually means, a quick summarization is basically just how a power or how a character would beat another character inside of their own verse. Meaning that this power only works in inverse because all the people that he's shown to beat is in his verse. Now, this would be the same for every single other hacks, except for the fact that it's his ability, right? It's been shown to work on the people that we've seen inside of his verse. If we say it can work on every single person because there's been no anti-feats towards it that would show any form of limit, we can debunk this by saying that this would be an argument from ignorance, and the fact that saying his power is limitless, that would be a no limits fantasy. Now going on to the AP feat that all of you have been waiting for, the star feat. When Gaara and Saitama were fighting, Saitama was able to generate enough energy to be able to destroy multiple stars. This would give him at least Saitama star levels 8 of AP, right? Now, at most, this would give him multiversal level of AP, right? Meaning that from Saitama's AP, it'd be star level to multiversal AP. But what does Gojo have against this astronomical level of power that Saitama can generate? He can generate AP that's able to destroy planets. He's able to generate AP that can destroy stars, maybe even multiverses. What does Gojo have that can even defeat this or even stand against this? First off, I actually need to explain Gojo's backstory. I think it's very, very clear on what it is. So Gojo, from what we know, always had the 6th eye and limitless. These are two special, cursed, I guess he cursed techniques, right? And he's known as the Honored One along with Sukuna, right? And we know this because it's shown in multiple panels, right? In his teenage years, he had to get into a fight with someone named Toji, and he killed him, right? And Gojo got killed, and he didn't get killed, he got a deep wound, he was able to revive him. He was able to, heal it up, right? And I think it's very basic on what his backstory actually was. So let's talk about what Limitless actually is. Limitless is described as by the author in chapter 14 to 15. Gojo's curse technique is like the convergence of infinite numbers that appear in Achilles and the Tortoise, brought into reality. However, the infinite number involved with Gojo's curse technique is fantasy. The repeating addition of numbers gives birth to a fictitious zero and is unknown, derived from dividing zero. That's why it's called Limitless. As we see here, Gojo's limitless curse technique makes Gojo an inaccessible cardinal. It's explained easily when it references Achilles and the Tortoise. Basically, the paradox entails that Gojo can never actually be reached because there's an infinite space between him and his opponent, so therefore making Gojo an inaccessible cardinal means he is high multiversal by versus Battle Wiki standards. We know this because Achilles and the Tortoise is basically describing what an inaccessible cardinal actually is. We know that an inaccessible cardinal is, like, in simple terms, an infinite number. This is shown because we know that a cardinal is a natural number, numbers that we can count. So if a cardinal is inaccessible towards natural cardinals, that means that would have to be infinite. Even without this, there's an exponential hack that is so strong, not even Saitama can beat it. Guess the hack. Meta Miracle Manipulation. Now, I think every single one of you knows what I'm about to bring up. Yes, negative apples. If Gojo is able to create or even amplify something, I think now it's very easy to make a conclusion on to do it, right? So let's just go over the fact quickly. It would Gojo has Meta Miracle progressing and how it works, or how Saitama has started. Even that he is still having Meta Miracle Manipulation by doing it. Even with facts that are so Saitama has that hacks, no matter what hack you try and give him, except for causative manipulation, he can't do it to Gojo traveling because of the Meta. Right, which I did go in the video, but I think it's just very self-evident that it's not actually, causative manipulation. It's just time travel, right? But even with those hacks, right, I think that Gojo wins no matter what. So in conclusion, Gojo absolutely violates Saitama in a 1v1. Make sure to tell me your, versus battles in the description. Have a look at it, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to have a great day, guys. That's it for me.